Good afternoon, wherever you are. This is Cloud Cape Coast. Welcome to the page. Well, I'm gonna go straight to the point. I've been learning, I've been practicing, I've been building, and I have been posting on my LinkedIn about what I have been studying and practicing and building, but I've not posted any photo or anything. So this is just a learning process of what I've been doing over the past 3 weeks. Just building everything from scratch, building, getting into the networking of AWS, VPC, Virtual Private Cloud, and also connecting it with the EC2 SSH into it, and trying to I built application load balancer for the first time. And also a good news, I'm officially with the AWS community builders, so I got accepted into it. So it's big things coming up, but but let's get into it. It's just a learning process, so I'm not gonna explain a lot of things. I suppose that you already know what to do when you are here. So I'm just gonna create a VPC of my own. I'm gonna call it um, DevOps VPC, and with the side of range, I'm gonna make it 10.0.0.0/16, and then I'm gonna create it. So let me take a look at it and see. Okay, so we have it over here. All right, so the first thing that I'll do is create an internet gateway and attach it to it. DevOps IGW, that's the name that I'm going to give it. -IGW. Create it. We can see it's not detached to our VPC. So I'm going to come over here, attach it to VPC, and select the VPC that we just created. And what happens is that right after this, I'll just go ahead and create three subnets in different availability zone. DevOps public. I'm gonna create two public subnets so that, because application load balancer always asks for two public subnets. I don't know why, but if you know the answer, put it in the comment section so that I can be able to understand. But I mean, I can do a research on it, but you already know. 24. And let me see. Yeah, okay, so let me see to go through. See, there was an error creating. Okay, let's go back. 16. Address is not being VPC. All right, so let's see. Right, so we're able to create the first one. I'm going to create the second public subnets. And I'm doing this as quick as possible because This is just a learning process. I'm going to put the availability zone in US East 1B 10.0.3.0/24. Let's see. We got this. All right, so we are in there. And then I'm going to create a private subnet within DevOps VPC. So DevOps private subnet 1. I'm gonna put that in VPC USEC. Okay, 10.0.4. Oh. All right, so all the subnets are ready. We have 2 public subnets, subnet 1 and 2 public. There we go. There we go. Sort it out. And I'm going to create the route table and connect the public subnets and connect all the subnets to it. So DevOps RT. Let's go ahead and create it. So first of all, I'll go to the route and edit it so that I'll make a rule that all traffic coming through will come through the internet gateway and select the internet gateway that we created. And then I'll go straight to the subnet, subnet associate and edit it. And one by one, I will choose the subnet that we have and associate it. I'll come back again, edit it, deselect this one, choose this one, go in there again, deselect this one, and then so all of it is good. I think that we are good. I just have to see if we have, let me see the security groups that are available. Okay, I can choose this one, or I can create, let me see the inbound rules for this first one. So when we take a look at the inbound rule that I've already set over here, I have SSH going through port 22. I have HTTP over here, HTTPS, and all the good stuff. So I have a range of TCP that of ports that are very important that I've customized and opened from 30,000 to this one over here, from 3,000 to 11,000 over here. So these are definitely the ports that I'm working with. Or I can choose only SSH and HTTP, since I'm just going to do just a couple of things, and then because this is just a learning environment, trying to build some production ready environments that I have been posting on my LinkedIn, and I have not shown a photo or a picture. So some of my colleagues or some of my network on LinkedIn are like, hey, can you post a photo of what you're doing? Can you post a video of what you're doing? So this is what I am doing. So my next step is to create an EC2 instance for let me see, launch an instance. Okay, so I'm just going to choose one instance over here. DevOps NGINX, and I'm going to choose Ubuntu. So if I was trying to build up this using a Terraform or anything like that, I'll just customize or copy this AMI over here, Amazon machine image, and then just put it in there. I'm going to choose T2 medium. Let me see if I have a key pair that I can use over here. If not, I'm going to create a new key pair. I'm going to say DevOps NGINX and choose .pem. It's going to download onto my system, and that is what I'm going to choose. So with DevOps NGINX, go straight to the networking side and edit and choose the DevOps VPC that we created. That will give me everything. Now I'm supposed to go um to the public, the first public IP, the first public subnet. Yes, the first public subnet, and then edit it through um and enable this over here, auto assign public IP. But I can do it over here when I get over here, so there's no issue about it. And then I'm going to select the security group that I can see. Let me see. Well, if it's not opening, that's fine because we can create our own security group. Which first one is SSH, which is port 22, coming from everywhere, and I can add another group which is going to be HTTP coming from port 80 and custom from everywhere. Yeah, and that is about it. We can add some more security group rules, but I think this one is okay. But I'm going to choose 25 for the storage, and let's go ahead and launch our new EC2 instance for NGINX. Go to our instances. It's pending right now. So before we do everything, I'll just go ahead and load up the private key, the key pair that we created, and I'll change it to private key. Save it as private key. So DevOps NGINX private key. I know it's a long one, and I'm going to save it. And what the terminal that I'm going to use is Mobile X10. This is a good terminal. I've been using it for quite some time now, and it's really helpful. So with our instance running, I'm going to copy the public IP address for the instance and go to Mobile X10. Begin a new session, which is SSH over here. Put the IP address in there, and because you're using Ubuntu, I'll put Ubuntu in there and go to the advanced, and then the private key that we just created, it should pop up. There we go. Select it. Let's see if we can, I'm going to name it NGINX, and I like to use the green color most of the time. So we are having an issue over here. It's not SSH, it's not connecting. So let's do live troubleshooting. We are in our instance, and if it's not SSH into it, let me go to the networking section. Scroll down. Just gonna scroll down here, go to the right side and see. Okay, so I have my security group over here. Let me see what is the issue. Yes, with the inbound. Yeah. Okay, everything is good over here as we talk. SSH, TCP, SSH. Did I choose the right one? Yeah. So I'm going to the VPC to see if I did anything wrong over there. Okay, so I believe I should have taken. Okay. Let me see. When I was creating the EC2, I believe I picked up the private section because if you are creating the EC2 for so in the network section, I chose the private IP address the than the public IP address, I believe. All right, so the issue that I was having was because when I was doing the route tabling over here, and I was associating the subnets, I only associated only one. Should have checked all three of them and then clicked on save. So that was the issue that I was getting. So I was able to rectify that, and the terminal has been able to connect to our EC2. I'm gonna close. I'm gonna click on press on Control L, and the first thing that I'm going to do is sudo apt updates, just to update all the everything that I'm going to work to be able to enhance the packages that I'm going to work with. But with that being said, our VPC is connected to our EC2, but what we have done is created a VPC, a fully functioning VPC that can be able to work around the production environment. And we have a route table. We have internet gateway that is going to provide us to communicate with the world. Application to communicate with the world or anyone who is coming in there. We have created a route table, connected the route table to the VPC. We have also connected the route table to the internet gateway, and also associated all the subnets that we have created with our VPC. And then we came to an EC2, created it, got all the AMIs and all the good stuff that is supposed to. Most importantly, created a key pair, and we connected a key pair to the private key, and then we're able to connect to the terminal over here. The terminal that I'm using is Mobile X terminal. You can download it for free, or you can buy you can get the payment subscription for it too, but it's mainly free though. But yeah, so we are good. What I'm going to do is download download and install Docker on here. And when I bring it out and when I go Docker, I know a Docker is not found on there, but we can have this one. Most of the time when I install this, it does not come with the build X. So I like to go on the Docker page, say, hey, install Docker on Ubuntu, and then I'll scroll and choose. We're using Ubuntu, so I'll come over here and I will use this formats. This is right on the Docker page. When you go to docs.docker.com, engine install Ubuntu, You see, this one is just going to see if there is any Docker or whatever, it has to be on there. Remove it to make it good for you to install your Docker. I'm just gonna paste it. Alrighty. Go down. And this is going to create a Docker repository for what we'll be working with. All right, clear the screen. Scroll down, and this is where we're going to install the Docker. You can see it has the Docker build X plugin over here. That is what I am looking for because it is very, very important. Takes a few seconds, a few minutes, maybe probably 1 minute mask. So we are in. I'll say okay, Docker hyphen version. See the version that we have. Well, version 29.3.0. Alrighty, so let me see. Sudo system ctl start Docker and let me see, enable. Okay, let me see. Let me check the status. So it's running. Our Docker is running. It's active and it's running. It's enabled and everything. Everything is good. Control C. We are out of there. Control L. We clear the screen. Alrighty. So this is what I'm going to do. Let me see if Docker PS is going to give me an error. Yes, because permission and all that. So what I'm going to do is sudo usermod -a g. Let me see. Docker Ubuntu, and then new group Docker. All right, so let's see if this time the sudo Docker PS will work. Boom, it's working, but we don't have any image or container running, so there's nothing running. There is nothing in there because we've not created anything. But what I'm going to do is create a directory mk dir. I'll say week 6 because that's what I posted on my LinkedIn. Week 6 -DevOps, and then cd into week 6 DevOps. Yes, and there we go. So I can either use nano or I'm going to use vi index.html. And then I have this over here. I'm just gonna copy and paste it in there. So what I have on here is just saying, hey, it's just that NGINX index.html. It's a DevOps week 6 projects as at the top. Containerized NGINX running on AWS EC2, built by me. That's my name over there. So, fancy, just a little fancy stuff. And then, All right, so that one is done. And I'm going to create a Docker file too, whilst we are in week 6. So var Docker and I to go into the insert mode. It's just a little, it's just something small in here. Apply, escape, WQ, and out of there. So this is what we have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run Docker build. I'm going to build it, Docker build -t. -t is tag, and the tag is with the name that I'm going to give is week 6 NGINX -NGINX space dot. So it is building our image, and so let me clear it so that it will be clear for you. Docker images, run Docker images and see that our image is on there running. Right, so there we go. So we have, we tagged it, which is the -t, so the name is over, and then we have the latest Docker image, and the image ID is right here, and the size is, the size. And this is the reason why a lot of people use Docker, because it's going to give you a smaller size. So over here, I'm going to run Docker run -d, which is in the detached mode. That means that it will be running behind the scenes, and then -p, which is the port that I'm going to work with. So I'm going to choose port 80 for the for, let's just say, host port, right? So host port, so what we are working with, this is my computer, so my computer is the host, local host, so host port, and then this is container port. So this is the container port, and then I'm going to name it week 6 -NGINX Whoa, so we are good. So let me see. I'm going to copy my, I'll come over here, copy my IP address, and come into over here and see, put my IP address in, and then put 80 in here. Let's see if it's working. Whoa, oh, okay, so oh, my screen. Okay, let me see if I can bring it down over here. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So you can see, so it's a DevOps week 6 project, which is in the browser, containerized NGINX running on AWS EC2, just like we did, and built by me over here. It's just my screen is a little small today because I'm working from home. I'm working from home, remote job. All right, so I'm going to close out of this. So we know that our container is running, our image is good, NGINX, and our container is running, and everything is good. So I can close out of this. Docker PS again to see that everything is good, and this is TCP, port 80, and this one is coming from port 80 from everywhere, which port 80. So we have local or host port, and then we also have container port. So just understand it, which is at the top over here. Understand it just like that. So that's about it for now. So we know that our image is running. Our Docker is good. I'm gonna go to my AWS. the EC2 session, load balancer. First of all, I'm going to go to the target group. Target group, and let me see if I have some target groups. No, I do not have any target group over here. I don't have any target. All right, so we're creating the target group. Alrighty, an instance. We're going to choose instance over here. And I'm going to do HTTP port 80. Let's select the VPC that we created. It's right here. It's right here. And health check, everything is good. I'm gonna keep it everything on the default and to see. And let's go to next. Okay, so target group name. Oh yeah, DevOps. Right. Dash ALB application load balance. Right. So we are in the registry. Okay. And it's running. I'm gonna go next. Create target group. So the health is healthy over here. Gonna go to load balancer. Whilst we are here, there's no load balancer here. So create load balancer. What we need is application load balancer. And this is just like we are in the console. So yeah, so this one would have been the ALB. So the other one should have been the target group. See, so this is my first time creating load balancer and coming around. I know that it's gonna be good. Okay. AL application load balancer. Two. And I'm going to choose internet facing over here. This one we have internal and internet facing. That's the scheme over here. And then I'm going to select our VPC that we created, and that brings up everything over here. So EC21A, that's our public subnet one. It's always asked to at least choose two public IPs. So that's why I'm selecting two. Security group, let me see. Yes, this one over here, and I'll choose this one default off. Listening to this, so this is it. So I should have named it DevOps target group, but it is what it is. We are here. We're in the learning process. Alrighty, scroll down. Just gonna keep everything to the default. Create it, and we are here. So it says the status is provisioning. So probably a minute or two, we should be able to have our ALB application load balancer ready, and this is the DNS name, which is the name that we gave it to the ALB DevOps ALB2 because because I named the target group DevOps ALB, so we have to come up, improvise, come up with a name. Yeah, so But this is one of the, this is one of the ways that I do it, and this is what I've been working on, creating, learning, building. Normally I stay in the VPC environments. Like, I'm trying to broaden my spectrum, because I will be creating transit gateways, direct connects, trying to do all those do like a deep dive into the network in the VPC environment. But lately, with a couple of communications with some of my friends on LinkedIn, and with a very good friend of mine, Dennis and Justin, so I'm trying to create a couple of, um do a lot of projects by building, normally staying in DevOps environments, building Docker, Kubernetes, just add a little bit of DevSecOps, go to SonarQube, build SonarQube, download and install Jenkins myself, and then, put in all the Maven plugins, Jenkins, connect the Jenkins to SonarQube, through the server, and all the good stuff, right? And be able to create a CI/CD environment. It is good. All the three platforms, you can use GitHub Actions. You can use, I can use GitHub Actions. I can use GitLab. I can use Jenkins. All three to create a CI/CD environment. And it just didn't take me a day. I've been learning. I've been going hard, to see how best I can be able to. But let me refresh this page, see. Okay, so it's active. So let me see if we can access our. Uh-oh. So this is, the site cannot be reached. So we are having a timeout issue here. Let me take a look at why we are having that issue. Okay. Port is already allocated. Okay, so, okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah.